So how you guys doing? I hope you had a great weekend. I want to salute all the veterans that have come before and those who are current and those who will come after. Uh, so let's get right into it. So I was driving this weekend and I was on my way home, and then I happened to notice this car ahead of me, and what the car did was they got ready to pull over into the next lane, and they hesitated, and as they hesitated and then jumped over into the next lane, they caused the other cars in that lane to have to slam on their brakes real hard. And when they slammed on their brakes real hard, of course other cars had to slam on their brakes real hard as well, and that created an issue. It created a problem. And that is the same thing that I see in life, is that people, when they want to make a change in their life, they're hesitant, they pull back, they do it slowly. And when you do that, you create a problem. You cause other people to have to slam on their brakes or to have apprehension, or you give other people the opportunity that maybe when you first start to change lanes, they were way far back, but now they sped up, and now they cause a closeness to be there that wasn't there before, which could cause you to have apprehension and zigzag back between the different lanes of your life. So when you make a decision to change who you are, to change some aspect of your life, don't hesitate and not do it with the authority that you have, but to go ahead and jump over into that lane. You see, when I was in high school, I wanted to change the way I dressed and presented myself. But when I did, other people complained or had comments or didn't like it. And so after a few months, I reverted back to the old way I dressed. And then later on the next year, I kind of went halfway into the way I wanted to dress. I was trying to please other people. And then I've noticed over my life that every hole that I try to dig myself out of, it began because I tried to please other people. And you see, trying to please other people instead of just becoming the man that I wanted to become has caused me to be in this situation where I'm constantly digging myself out of holes because I've made decisions that were contrary to my best interests, because I'm not being me. Now, to give you an example of that, I know a young lady. She got her single engine pilot's license. She's jump certified. She's scuba certified, and now she's currently trying to get her twin engine certification to fly planes. And to look at this lady, you wouldn't think that she would do all these types of things, but she is. And the thing about it is that she does it because she decided that's the person that she wants to be. Those are the attributes she wants to have in her life. Those are the things she wants to do. And trust me, she's not rich as far as finances, but she makes about $40,000 a year. But she decided, this is what I'm going to do, and this is who I'm going to be. People confronted her, people complained, people told she was wasting her money and her time to do all these things, but she's doing them. And guess what? She's almost 60 years old. She's traveled the world. She's seen places that I haven't seen yet, that most people will never see, but she's done these things, and she's never made more than $50,000 a year in her entire life. But she made it a point that this is the type person she wanted to be, and she's wealthy. You see, if you're going to change lanes, you're going to make a different decision in your life of who you want to be, don't hesitate. Don't wait for other people to give you permission. Don't wait for other people to be far enough away or to guide you over. You make the decision for yourself, and you go ahead and you just do it. You see, about a year ago, I was still holding back on some of the person that I know I had decided that I truly wanted to be back in the day. But then last year I decided that it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter how they feel. It doesn't matter if they're uncomfortable with it. It doesn't matter if they don't agree. I'm going to do this because I need to do this for myself. And ever since I've made that change, yes, it's been difficult sometimes. Everybody hasn't agreed with it. People haven't liked the way that I think, the way that I believe, the way that I do things. But guess what? They don't have to live with me. And guess what? Even if you're married or you have kids, they really don't have to live with you, because at night when you're sitting there by yourself, the person that's living with you in your mind is you. You see yourself and you know yourself. So you are the one that has to live with yourself. So if you are going to be happy in this life, if you're going to be wealthy in this life, then make decisions that's based on you being the best person you can possibly be, the best person you want to be. And then all those people around you, if they can be with you, they will. But if they can't, they will move themselves away. But the right people will then come into your life who can hang with you, who can be with you, who can move with you, who can do the things that you want to do and help you and be there for you and support you. You know, I tested some people and I told them how I wanted to do two things at the same time, and most of them, they agreed. Some had a little hesitation, but then they still jumped on board. And there was only a few that were just totally against it. But guess what? Those who are totally against it, I'm sorry, but I got to leave you behind. I got to leave you alone. I can't talk to you about these things. I have to keep on moving forward, because that's the type of life that I'm going to have. I'm going to have a life where I live. Because in my world, I'm either living or I'm dying. There is no such thing as surviving. Living or dying, no such thing as surviving. Like I've told you guys before, my greatness is non-negotiable. So if my greatness is non-negotiable, then I can't wait for somebody to give me permission to move into the authority that I have, to be the man that I am supposed to be and that I've decided that I'm going to be. So if you're about to change lanes in your life, if you feel like something is coming in your life, don't wait for it to come. Go get it. Jump into it. Move forward in it. People who sit around and wait are the ones who sit around and they find themselves there too late. So don't be that person. Be the person that goes and get it. You know, I was teaching my kids over the weekend that one of the things about rich people is rich people will tell you to save your money, get a job, get your education, do all these other things, and invest in stocks and bonds and mutual funds. But rich people invest in companies and they invest in other people's companies. They do things like that, which is contrary to what they telling other people. So they go against the grain of even the words that they speak. So maybe you should go against the grain of the thoughts that you have, so that if you want to do something greater in your life, you got to stand out from the crowd and be somebody different. Don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to be the one and be the only one. So y'all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. I hope you enjoyed this week, you know, and then seriously, take the time and decide who you're going to be and who you want to be and what makes you happy. And then when you know, jump into that lane. Go in and with authority. And guess what? If it doesn't work out the way you want to, you can always change lanes again. You can always change lanes again. Because on this existence, you only have one shot at this existence. And who wants to wait to the next level of existence to figure out exactly who you want to be? Do it now. Do it now. Don't wait. Do it now. All right? So until then, like I always say, like I want you to know is that my greatness is non-negotiable. And like I just said, you're either living or you're dying. There's no such thing as surviving.